Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Epilogue of the Order of Narvosc. We hope you enjoy. The following day after your arrival, Limbo goes on to how it was. Everyone has a late start, but the reconstruction of Limbo continues. Old buildings are being demolished, and any remaining material is being recycled into new ones. Aurora is and will be no more, as a new town arises from the ashes. Something small but homey, with a community that is very tight-knit. Pear became the official head of Limbo, taking an old legacy and building something new from shadow. Hope continued to teach her students and help her students as best she could. After their transformation with Erebus gone, most shifted into a mixture of something humanoid and something monster. Still stuck in the past and most of their memories over the last 152 years, nothing but fog. But that does not mean she loves them any less. Some of Limbo ventured out into the world, choosing to start over, while others chose to build a life they should have had all along. Our curse breakers have their whole lives ahead of them now. A future they did not originally have awaits them. Who leaves Limbo first?
I don't think it would be Friedrich.
Velphie wouldn't be leaving yet either.
Which means it's down to Ruby and Quirin.
I think Quirin would try to go early in the morning the following day.
And as you get ready to head out, is there anything you all wish to do as you say a goodbye?
Does Quirin try to leave quietly, or does he bid farewell?
I think he'd stop by to say bye. I think he walks up like just kind of uncomfortable and like awkwardly to come up to say bye, but I think he walks up after a little bit. I think I'm gonna head home and maybe stay home for a while. It'll be nice.
I don't blame you. How long has it been since you've got to just be home?
Oh, I don't even remember what. I think it's been 8 years. For me? For them, I have no idea. I forget how long it's been, but too long for my liking.
Well, hopefully it's a fast, safe journey. And every time you took us there, it was very fast, if not a bit uncomfortable.
I'm sure travel will be quick and hopefully stay there longer than an hour. I mean, not that here is all that bad, but I think I'd like to just spend a little time in one place for a while now.
Well, I don't know if I'll ever leave this plane again, so I wish you the best, and I'll extend a firm handshake.
And we'll reach out, shake it. But if you ever need something, Fred, or anyone else, you know where I'll be. If there's a way to send a message or for you to come there, I'll be there. You'll have a place.
I would like to visit again. Yeah, like you said, more than an hour would be nice because it felt so different there, so...
I would love if any of you stop by for any amount of time. I think what you saw, it was in distress, and it wasn't what it normally is, and I hope to bring it back to what it was, and that spring court is a much different spring court than what you experienced, so...
Are you going to sit in the chair?
I think so. I think I have to.
I certainly can't offer to see you in the chair. I have no idea how to get there, but...
We'll figure something out.
I think Spring Court is in good hands.
I hope so. Who knows? Maybe it'll give me an hour and I'll screw it all up, but we'll do our best.
I mean, can you screw it up more than, I don't know, inviting some sort of dark god that wants to eat, the souls of your entire population? Is that?
No, that is, I'll be honest, that is a pretty low bar. So.
See, you're already on the right path.
Yeah. It's a bar. It's low enough I won't trip on it, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And tell your sister we say hi. Hope she's doing good.
I will. She will hear about all of you. For sure. Thank you guys for everything. Really.
Thank you. I mean, I know you're not from here, but I appreciate what you did.
Yeah.
For everyone.
In a weird way, I guess we were all meant to be here, but especially you. Because you're not from here. Want to make that clear. But you were meant to be here.
Yeah. Spent 8 years wandering. Not a clue on what to do, and I don't know, stumbling upon all of you was a wonderful experience, and the cherry on top was to save planes, save my home, save this, so I think it all worked out.
I would agree, not a bad purpose to stumble into after wandering for 8 years, saving the world as we know it. Pretty good way to spend your time.
Yeah. More to be done, though. So, not done yet. And Quirin will start, backing away. But really, anytime you need anything, or you just want to stop by, please say hi. Always welcome.
Of course.
Of course.
Safe travels.
Thank you. And to you all as well for whatever steps are next.
I'll give a slight bow as he's backing away.
Just a wave.
And he'll just keep walking a little ways until eventually casting plane shift to get back home.
And what does that plane shift look like as it finally works the way it's supposed to?
I think as he's walking, the plane shift starts to go off, and kind of the dust or the leaves that are on the ground, some of the dirt, kind of shoots up into the sky a little ways, just kind of floating just above the ground. As Quirin continues walking away, he just kind of slowly fades out. Not that he's getting too far away, it's just like he goes opaque, more opaque, is that the word? Yeah. As he's walking away, and then just eventually till he's gone.
And Quirin fades away and heads home. Who leaves Limbo next?
Maybe Quirin, maybe Van and Ruby.
Okay. And as Van and Ruby are heading out, is there anything you all wish to do as you were saying goodbye? The 3 of you? 4 of you?
I think she would probably tell you guys maybe a couple weeks in, like at a dinner. I want to see more. I don't want to leave, but I want to see more now. I feel so like fireflies inside. I want to see things in a new light. It's so different than how things used to be, and I think it'll be tomorrow.
Do you know where you'll go first?
I don't know. Away. It might just be where we find ourselves. Van, did you have somewhere?
Again, we could go back to Seraphim if you wanted to see home. Otherwise, the furthest across the continent, I think, is Emberwind.
Sounds like there's options.
Oh, we have plenty.
Could always just throw a dart on a map.
We can do that. Where you go, I go.
All right. And we're going.
Well, if you ever find yourself back in Shadowfen, then look in on us old folks that probably won't be venturing far.
I don't plan to stay away. I want to check in on you two as well. I didn't say I wanted to go see Quirin just because it's somewhere exciting and different and that I'm curious about. I want to see all of you because we're friends. So I'll be back, and if I ever have a home, you can come there too.
That would be nice. And between you and me, I have no idea how we're supposed to go see Quirin. I've never been there unless he took me or I stumbled upon it. But I don't think that will be happening anymore. So, I don't know.
I mean, I can always try to send him a message. And I'm sure he's got a way to get us there.
Mm-hmm. It'll work out.
Okay, I feel better. But it's not about me.
Velphie's gonna pull Ruby into like a really tight hug. It's been... You've been a huge reason as to why I was able to get through a lot of this.
Me?
Yeah. You become like my closest friend. I don't know. You made this a lot easier to get through. And
She has you back. Yeah.
And yeah, wherever you are, I'll try to visit. You know.
You have to. Yeah, because
I have to.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're like best friends, is that you have to stay in touch. Right. And I hate it when tears are hot. Why can't they be cold? But
because they're warm like our friendship.
Yeah. I will miss you so much.
I'll miss you too. I'll check in on you, just whenever. Just get updates.
Good, because I kind of have a ringing in my head now, so I miss a little noise in there. So if you ever want to pop in, chat a little bit, it would help like the old times, but kind of reverse. Yeah.
And she'll cast message to Ruby and just in her head just say, I'll always be here.
Oh, you're getting another big hug. And she will do a little hug for the professor as well. And lean down and give Beatrice a kiss.
Do have fun.
I am sorry, I thought you were evil the first time we met.
It's okay.
You're welcome to visit. I'll make sure you have extra special cushion.
And tea?
And tea. Of course, yes, tea.
She does this little happy bleat and like the hooves kind of prance a little bit.
Oh. It'll be a nice chapter to follow this one. I look forward to keeping up.
Yeah. I look forward to hearing about all your adventures. What you guys end up doing, what you guys end up seeing.
I don't even know what that is, so me too.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I have no idea what's out there.
Yeah. It's all new. Just embrace it.
All right, well. Till we see you next. And she'll grab Van's hand and go back and put up a map and throw a dart.
Roll me a D8.
Oh, good. That's I have a special Ruby D8, so I can
Oh,
roll
that worked out perfectly.
Yeah. 5.
Okay, as you head to Seraphim first.
Okay.
And as you grab Van's hand, he does squeeze it twice. And Quasi's got his head sticking out of one of your pockets, either Van's or Ruby's or both.
So where are we going? Is there a lot of food? I want to have lots of food. Can we please go see new things? And like that includes new food, right? You're gonna feed me.
I would never not feed you. I hadn't thought about the food. But yeah, we'll try everything. Then you'll all that you want.
And Quasi gets the zoomies.
Oh my goodness. I know it's not a closet, but I still just picture Frank from Rescuers Down Under. Yeah, I just picture that little cartoon character. Oh.
And you and Van are able to head out.
Okay.
And with that, Professor Friedrich and Ruby are Professor Friedrich and Velphie are still in limbo. I know Professor Friedrich has some things you wish to do there.
Yes.
Where does Velphie go?
After everyone has left, she's just been kind of just helping around, building up the city or town. And then providing the entertainment in the tavern, trying to slip back into how things were back in like the original Limbo when she was hired essentially to sing songs and serve drinks to people and just, you know, create an atmosphere that was lighthearted and jovial where people could just relax after a day of hard work, hard day, whatever. Just drink and dance and chat and laugh, and that's pretty much what she would spend her time doing. But I don't think that she would really leave Limbo yet. She's thinking hard about whether or not to try to bring Antir back. And eventually one night I think she would try. So she pretty much will stay in Limbo for indefinitely for now.
Okay. And how do you bring Antir back?
Mechanics wise, I have the wish spell. So that's what I'd like to use to try to bring him back. I guess like story wise, maybe like it's she's just got back to her room and she's sitting on her bed thinking about, you know, it was a successful night in the tavern. Everyone was laughing and enjoying her music. She had just sang a new song about their adventures, you know, maybe like a small portion of it, you know, maybe like their journey up towards the final battle and you know how the battle went. And she's thinking back the last time she saw Antir on that way up there. And I think she kneels down on the floor and just like pours all of the emotion that she now feels, that she now can actually manifest. She pours it into the words of like her wish. She sits there and just channels all of it, all of the magic that she has, the amount of love that she had for him, just channels it into the words that she speaks to cast that wish. She'll say, I want him back. I wish for Antir to be revived back at full health, how he was, with the effects of that memory capsule gone, just all his memories restored. I just want him back. And she'll just like repeat that over and over and over. And she's like clutching her chest and, you know, tears streaming down her face. She's just repeating it over and over, just trying to manifest it with whatever she can.
A wish spell is the most powerful and unpredictable spell in all of the universes combined. The stress of casting this spell is very overwhelming. You feel your body weaken as the spell takes shape and becomes reality. So much so that you feel like you can barely hold up your own weight. Your strength score depletes to a 3. Anytime you cast another spell before you long rest, you take 1d10 necrotic damage per spell level. Roll me a d100.
$21.
With a 21, this spell takes a lot. You will never have another wish, for this is a spell you will never be able to cast again. The product of your wish will remain eternal, for you cannot wish it back. As you cast this spell, Antir appears before you, almost materialized out of thin air. He runs to you, he holds you tightly, and says exactly what you want to hear. He is everything you've wished for, everything you've asked for. Absolute perfection. Because that is how you saw him. With a wish, you will wonder for the rest of your life if this is truly your Antir, or if this is a fabrication of someone you wished for. And for the rest of your days, you will never know.
I think when she sees him, she'll be, I guess at this point, like, very weak. He said, like, almost unable to hold herself up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she'd be thinking about that when she first sees him, just incredibly happy that he's back. And that she's seeing him and that he's there. And I think for the most part, she'll live in ignorant bliss for a while. And then those thoughts will enter her head, but I mean, she's enjoying, she has him back. She can't know. What does he know? Like, does he remember everything that happened up till the moment that he died?
Roll me an insight check.
Can I use a luck point?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, cool. 25.
With a 25. You knew Antir for a few months. Anything that you know of, he knows.
Okay, so the next day, she'll say to him, "So, you've been gone for over a year, and your mom doesn't know that I managed to bring you back. And we should tell her before she sees you out and about and has a heart attack.
Oh, all right.
Okay. And she'll probably still very weak, I'm assuming, from the spell. She'll lead him towards Kalandra's room, leaning up against him, and just very softly knock on the door and kind of push him off to the side where he's not the first thing she sees when she opens it.
Okay. Hi, dearie. What are you knocking on the door for? Is everything okay?
Yeah. Everything's great. She starts to tear up. It's been really hard. These last several months of not having on here, I got him back.
You see her eyebrows furrow. What are you talking about?
I wished for him back. And he's here if you to see him.
She straightens up. Doesn't say anything.
And after a moment, she'll look at Antir and just kind of nod, have him step into the doorframe.
Hey, Mom. He goes to hug her and Kalandra says nothing. She gives him a pat on the back. You can tell her hands are shaking. Well, dearies, I'm getting a little old and not really feeling the best, so could you all come back later?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. It's a lot, and I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll come back.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. She looks between you, and she looks at Antir, and then she closes the door.
Well, I knew it was going to be a shock, and who knows how long it'll take, but hopefully she'll come around.
Yeah, everything will be fine.
Yeah. I guess she would bring him to see Pear, tell her, that he's here, and I guess just kind of figure out what his role would be kind of in limbo at that point.
Okay. Pear is definitely shocked. She does thank him for everything he did, which he nods to. He would most likely get a guard duty. And you all are able to continue in limbo. With the future that Velphie now has available, how does Velphie spend the rest of her days?
I think they would stay in limbo for, I don't know, maybe a few years. Kind of see it get built up and start to hit its groove. And then I think once it seems like she feels like she can leave, actually venture out away from limbo and seeing, it's thriving, then she'd probably start to travel. Her and Antir just seeing everything that was outside of Shadowfen, and I think they'd go to Verdantis first.
And you were able to do so and travel the world together. And with that, Professor Friedrich, what do you do with the future you now hold?
I'm going to take a nap. No, I would like to. Still in limbo, I would like to meet up with Axe and Z.
You were able to meet up with them.
Boys, how's this new world treating you all? Go outside, wander around a bit. How are things? Keeping up with your studies, personally, I hope.
They hold up a book. Keeping up with everything we possibly can.
I don't know what's in that book, but I'm sure it's interesting.
Oh, it's our notes.
Oh, okay. Speaking of notes, I have a proposition, an option, some things I've learned.
What do you mean an option?
Let's go for a walk. And I'll sort of lead them outside of the busier areas in the center there.
And they follow. Axe a little slower because his legs are small.
So, Z, I know you and your brother have been trying to find a way to get your body back, or at least give you some type of experience other than what you're currently stuck in. And I think I have a way that will work. With a catch or two. There's always a catch, right?
Well, give us the bad news first, then.
You figured it out.
I think so. I've never done it before. Maybe that's the bad news. In theory, it should work. I have no evidence of it working, though.
Well, evidence would have been nice, but what do you have?
I'm sure you'll appreciate we find ourselves in a very unique set of circumstances. It's difficult to recreate a test case. But the catch, which is really not negative, I guess. You boys may end up twins at the end of this.
Twins?
With an age difference, but there would be an uncanny resemblance.
How so?
So the first step would be Axe. We need to clone your body.
You can do that?
This book says I can, and I hold up my spell book.
Do it. Whatever you need.
And then it will grow. It won't be you. It will just look like you the moment that we create it. And then it will grow to maturity and be a body much like your own. And then we'll move your essence and your being into it. So you will look like your brother.
Do it. Whatever you need me to do.
Wait, will that hurt you? What is if you have two bodies? Does that that's the exact same like a clone? Does that mean that it's gonna hurt him in any way?
There's some finer details. I don't think it will hurt, but you just have to be really careful over the next 4 months or so, because if you were to encounter mortal peril and be killed, your soul would snap into this clone.
Then I'll make sure I'm not in mortal peril. I don't think we're going to run into that here, do you?
I mean, I think we've all done a pretty good job of ridding the world of immediate mortal peril recently, so hopefully not, but get good rest, brush your teeth, take your vitamins.
Will do. If something is said to befall me, though, can you make a copy of my copy?
Yes, we could.
Then we're fine, right?
Well, yeah. Again, we're in uncharted territory here. So, all I'll need to do is just touch you, Axe, on the shoulder, and we will start to create a body for Z.
Whatever you need. Just tell me what to do.
So when we go back into Limbo as Aurora at that time, I'll need to procure some sort of vessel.
You have one.
I do, but I don't know how large it is.
You have one that fits.
So I probably don't have it on me. I'll get it from my quarters. And then we'll do that. I'll touch Axe and I'll cast Clone, which is an 8th level spell. It does take an hour to cast. So I guess we just sort of stand there with my hand on his shoulder as I say these words for an hour. It's a little bit awkward, I imagine.
And he stays perfectly still. Like he is scared if he moves the wrong way, it's going to mess up the spell.
Yeah, so the visual, I've got like one hand on his shoulder and one hand reading out of a book. It probably looks very ceremonial, but after an hour or so, you'd see like, I guess just a little spark of something start to grow in that vessel.
And now we wait?
Yes, in 120 days, it should look much like you look now, and then we will use a different spell, and Z will just pop you right in there.
Okay, so that means I'll be able to taste Calandra's tea in 4 months.
You will, among other things, but yes, that it will be, you can smell flowers, you can breathe air, you can sleep.
I've been taking notes of all the food I want to try that Miss Calandra makes. Miss Calandra!
And he runs off, and you just hear like the clinking of armor as he starts making his way to where Calandra is.
You should probably also avoid mortal peril too. Just keep an eye on him if you would.
I'll make sure nothing happens. Thank you for doing this.
Of course. Now, I would ask, over time, if you would just check in with me, let me know how you're both feeling. Make sure there's no unintended effects or anything. I'll actually be going back to Sidonia to try to rebuild and get a school going again.
Can we go with you?
Sure, yeah.
We would like that.
Of course, I don't think it will be long. I think Calandra may come as well. Hopefully, I think she'd probably like to get back to Enchanty.
Yeah. Then you can count on us too.
For now, enjoy yourselves. Breathe a sigh of relief. Things are in motion, and we'll leave in the near future.
He gives you a nod as he starts to follow his brother, and 120 days then pass. As this clone you have created hits full fruition.
And as it does, I will reconvene with Axe and Z and say, okay, are we ready to make what I believe in very scientific terms is called the old switcheroo?
Okay.
And I will gather them round and I will cast, I believe it's called Soul Transference.
It is. And what does the spell look like as you cast it?
So I will place one hand on Z's suit of armor, pauldron or something, and the other on the clone that we've made. And I think as I'm sitting there with my hand on Z, I start to pull it away, and like small little, almost like small tiny threads start to pull away from him at the same time. And they form into this ball of almost like one of those blue light balls that we've seen before and are familiar with now. And I'll transfer it from one hand to the other and put that hand on the clone, and it separates back into those little threads and starts to weave into it.
Okay. And as you cast the spell, as those threads pull that blue orb from that suit of armor, the suit of armor crumples to the ground as you hold Z's soul in your hands. You hear Axe sharp inhale of breath as that happens. And then you connect those threads to this clone. And this clone that you have made has all of its limbs. So it does look slightly different than Axe. And as you put that blue orb into that clone glows that greenish hue of your magic. And then you hear as the clone on the table takes a breath. And Z looks over at you with very watery eyes. You feel a lunge into your side as this halfling holds you, as Axe holds you tightly with like a death grip hug. And you can feel the rattling sobs as Axe is sobbing. Z,
I think you did it. My mouth feels dry.
You might be thirsty. I don't know if you felt thirst in a while. And I'll see
Is
if I
that
have
what it
something
is?
around. Yeah.
Kalandra is with you, and she is holding a teacup of tea and immediately takes it to Z.
Can I drink it yet?
You can do what you like. You are you.
He takes a sip, and this boy just starts crying.
It is really good tea, isn't it? If only I could taste it again for the first time.
It feels like magic and fairies. I think that's what it was like described as once, and it actually fits. It's in my notebook. I could go get my notes.
The tea feels like fairies.
Yeah, like it just feels like it floats.
I looked at Kalandra. That's pretty good review. I think we should put that on a sandwich board out front. The tea feels like fairies.
I think we can do that.
And I'll give Z a little pat on the shoulder, and then I'll pull Axe to the side. I think Z appreciates what you did for him, and I noticed, I didn't know it would be this way, but I noticed that the body that we created together is complete of form. And if you would like, we can, after I procure some more components, we can try again with yourself and help, restore what you lost in what you did to try to save your brother.
I'm okay with how it is now.
I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you. You did this.
You did it.
You never stopped looking for a way, though.
Well, thank you for being our way.
I'm honored to have been a part of it.
And he hugs you so tight.
And I'll hug him back. I'll say, but now, if you boys decide to come back to class, Z may actually have to worry about falling asleep in lecture.
I guess you got to be interesting then.
Well, I have some ideas for classes, It'll be small to start with, but
Yeah.
I'll come up with something. Have you heard of the metatarsals before?
You taught that when we got to sit in your class. So yes, the feet, right?
Oh, I forgot. I thought it was a new thing. Yes, foot bones. They're exciting.
Foot bones. They're very exciting. Not really.
Yeah, I thought you weren't buying it. Anyway, the point is, you two have hopefully a newfound lease on life, and whenever you're ready to return to Sidonia, I think Kalandra and I will be leaving soon.
We're ready when you are. We'll go pack our things now.
Okay, and now that Z can taste, he has got something to look forward to in the evenings. You should see our new lodgings now.
What do you mean?
You'll see along the way.
Okay.
And I'll start to go pack things up.
And you're able to get things packed up and head to Sidonia.
And every night along the way, I guess with Beatrice, Kalandra, and Axe and Z, I will cast Morty Cayman's magnificent mansion, and we will take the scenic route back to Sidonia.
Those boys love that mansion. And I think for the first time, those kids, they're about 15 and 13, get to experience what it's like to be a kid. And you hear joyous laughter coming from those kids. And they eat so much they get sick. And Z is so excited. He hasn't felt a tummy ache in a very long time. So that part kind of drags things down as he is just crumpled over because he ate too much.
And I hadn't mentioned it, but can I ask, is Boo still around?
Who?
Boo, the little cat that Z used to have with him. Bucephalus.
Yes, Bucephalus. Bucephalus can no longer sit in the chest cavity of the armor. So he sits now on Z's shoulder typically. He's become like this little cat that has learned how to perch.
There's tons of catnip in Morty Cayman's mansion.
And with that, you head back to Sidonia. Sidonia, the last city of Shadowfen. The last time you saw it was left in shambles. Since the shadow has been eradicated, there is an overgrowth of greenery and wildlife enveloping this city now. Like it had been abandoned for centuries upon centuries upon centuries. The underground is nothing more than a giant crater. Water filling it up to layer 5. The underground is now a lost city under a lake. pleasures and clever slug have been completely abandoned. No bodies to be found, no evidence of where those people went, or if there were any people to go anywhere. There's no sign of Theron, no sign of Violet or Roe, no sign of Temville. Everyone left down there the last time you were here are gone. A few people have made their way to Sedania with you, either wanting to help with the reconstruction efforts or just wanting to go home after a very long time. And after some time, the reconstruction of Sedania begins to make headway. Professor Friedrich, what does Sedania look like now?
I'd say we try our best to restore it to some sort of semblance, at least of what the upper city looked like before, which is sort of I guess maybe the closest resemblance is sort of like a Victorian neo-Gothic, but probably smaller in scale type of town. And we do our best to restore sort of the staples of the community, grocers, the bar, the two big ones there. I guess the temple as well.
And the temple. What else do you build?
Before... Okay, I want to put it this way. As we're building, I just thought of a detail I wanted to add. We make a sign that says Sedania, but instead of the last city, now it says the first city of a new dawn. And then I build a school.
What kind of school do you build? What is this?
It is, to start, it's almost like a colonial one-room schoolhouse kind of thing, because we only have so much to work with. But it is an academy, because Friedrich really wants to get back to teaching, and he wants to make sure people have some type of source of education, a source of curiosity, knowledge, those kind of things. And after what he's been through and learned about, he came into this thinking it was a virus to cure or eliminate, and it turned out to be this dark pact and so much more. He's very keen on teaching the history of that so it can be avoided in the future. Especially knowing that Narvosc's intentions were not necessarily as evil as the outcome, but it was the same outcome all the same.
You all get letters from Calandra. That is an invite to a ribbon cutting. And that is all it says.
I've never been to a ribbon cutting, so I have to go.
I didn't care if I've gone either.
All right, turn around. Okay, we're going to go.
I think Quirin will see it. It was like, well, celebrating cutting a ribbon is a weird thing to do, but sure, yeah, why not?
I think Velphie will turn to Antir and say, well, looks like they've rebuilt the city. We should go check it out.
All right.
Okay. And then they'll start heading over.
And it is ribbon cutting day. And as you all arrive in Sedania, the first city of a new dawn, there is a lot of tea supplies and scones set out for everybody. And there are chairs set outside of this building. Friedrich, there are a lot of people in these chairs, here to support the opening of your new school. A lot more than you probably anticipated.
I would turn to Calandra quietly and say, this is a bit more of an ordeal than I planned. I just wanted to tell people about feet again.
You can always tell people about feet.
Well, I hope a lot of them, if they're out here now, maybe they'll be excited to come to classes.
I'm sure they will be. There's a reason they're here.
And maybe they'll stick around in Sedania, or at least visit often.
I think you have some people to greet.
Who do I see?
You see Ruby, you see Quirin, you see Velphie.
Are you all here for the school? Are you enrolling?
We're here for the school. We're here to support you in your dreams of teaching the world about feet.
Well, I didn't know that's what this was about. I just heard there was a ribbon being cut, and I thought that would be cool to see. That was it.
There is indeed a ribbon, yes.
And here to support you, I suppose.
You built a school?
I had a little bit of help. Yeah, I don't know, I wanted to make this place normal again. And I act like, I'm building it back to what it was, but it's actually never been like this in my lifetime. So it's also kind of new at the same time. I appreciate you all coming from everywhere. I'm sure you've been all over at this point.
I wanted to see you. And now everyone's here. You seem very, Van, is this the right word? I don't want to be offensive, but it's the one that feels right. Professor, you seem very youthful.
I think it's right. I feel a bit youthful for my age. I guess I have sort of a newfound excitement for an actual future.
Van will lean over. Again, that was the right word.
Oh, thanks. I didn't want to insult him the first time I saw him again. We've been alone for a while, just you and me, so... Oh, so many people, and where's the ribbon? She's like buzzing with excitement.
What color ribbon is it?
I feel like it's got to be green.
What are the school's colors?
Green. So, Friedrich didn't want to put his name on the school, but he's going to leave his mark on the school. So, I would say there's green, but also a bit of the navy and gold that he remembers from Es Aurora and from the robes he wears. And I'll walk up to the ribbon and I'll turn and face everyone. And I appreciate everyone coming out today and just for a cutting of a little old school, but it's been a dream of mine for a while and I appreciate everyone's support. There are several of you here that the school would not be here without everything you've done for Shadowfen. So thank you all. And as I say that, I'll make eye contact with Velphie and Ruby and Quirin and Calandra and Axe and Z. I'll turn and cast Ice Knife on the ribbon.
Okay, as you cast Ice Knife on the ribbon, that ribbon does slice. However, Ice Knife explodes. So where are you wanting this explosion to go?
It's a small explosion, right?
I think it's 5 feet.
Yeah, I would say it probably damages the door a little bit. And in my excitement, I'll just go, I'm sorry, I thought opening a school of magic should use a spell.
I love it. She's just clapping, trying to get, I guess, other people to clap.
Everybody is clapping. As soon as you start, Ruby, everybody goes along with you. As somebody in the audience says, "That's one way to open a door."
See, I imagined like complete silence and just Ruby clapping like, yeah! Then I don't have mending, so I'll just sort of push the door to the side and say, we'll get to that. Welcome to the first day of the Luminous Academy, where we will be teaching magic, medicine, and history.
Do we get a lesson today?
Sure. Yes, I can pull something out of the old head. And I will, right there on the steps of the school, go into. What is it called? The tibula?
The tibia?
Yeah, tibia. Isn't that a foot bone?
That is your leg bone.
Nope. Okay, let's not start with that one. We're going a little bit too high. We'll go back down to the good classic metatarsals. We'll jump right into them.
And some of the audience does laugh and they listen, as there are some people here who are actually not from Sedonia or Shadowfen and have made their way to the opening of a new school to get to experience a new type of education. And this school will stand for long after Friedrich is gone. Your legacy will grow throughout time. And the Luminous Academy grows into one of the most prestigious academies in Terravota for all ages. The memory of all who were and are, the light that drives out the shadow, passes on for generations to come. Axe and Z will stay with Professor Friedrich for the rest of your days. And whenever they grow old enough to go out on their own, they always visit when they can. And they tell stories of their continued education, things that they have created, and they always bring examples. For you and Calandra become like their parents. Calandra opens Enchanty close to your campus. And she cultivates many different types of teas with you throughout the rest of her life. Some of her cultivations are still popular even after she's gone. You will always have a warm hearth to return to with Calandra and Beatrice, with cups of tea and lots of honey for the rest of your days. Quirin, you go home. What do you do?
If we can be specific with where we shift to, if we can shift guess I hadn't really thought about like where exactly, but just a front gate, I suppose, just to start there and just kind of walk through Spring Court, just kind of taking everything in as our, hopefully first time back for a while, and just take it all in as we head back to where home is, where we assume Eve is, and Barnabas and everyone else.
Yeah, so you're able to walk through Spring Court. And after an hour, you don't feel that tug. So you're finally home. In spring, there are a lot of celebrations of peace currently happening. And they begin when the sun rises, and they go well into the night, and then they start over the next day. There are people dancing and laughing so much that their bodies are sore. Music and the smell of good food fill the air. And the court seems like it's coming together for the first time in who knows how long. You are able to make your way to the chateau, where Eve and Barnabas both are.
And I think as soon as we see Eve, we're going up, giving her a big tight squeeze, and seeing Barnabas, giving him a firm handshake, just telling him how much we appreciate his work, keeping things safe, organized, while there's probably a lot of chaos around. And just going then immediately into explaining to Eve just what all had happened. And I mean everything, not just for when Quirin joined the group, but just for the whole 8 years that Eve doesn't know a whole lot about, from wandering from group to group throughout Oxmoor to then fighting Erebus and winning, and just giving her a whole lay of the land of what that was. Maybe leaving out the part where death was involved, but then everything else is as in as much detail as he can give.
And she listens intently, and she asks questions along the way. I didn't realize that time was so different between there and here. You've only been gone for 2 years for me.
Yeah, well, it was much longer. I'm glad things move a little bit slower. I wouldn't want to miss much more than what I did. I don't want to miss any of the 2 years, but I'm just glad it was only 2 and not well more.
And you're home for good now?
I haven't been shifted or shunted back so far, so I think it's over. I think what we have now is what our regular lives will look like, and I have no idea what that'll look like, but I'm excited for it.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And since you're not shifting back, she grabs your hand and starts pulling you throughout the chateau. And she's showing you things that she's learned since she has been here. And then the last stop is at the kitchens, specifically the dessert table. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. And I haven't asked anybody for their teeth.
That's good. That's good. If you ever come across teeth, I know the guy to give them to, so I'm sure I'll make good use of them.
You actually know somebody that collects teeth?
Well, yes, yeah, I do. He's a quirky guy. You
Have
actually
I ever met him?
Yeah, actually, you have. Yeah, he was the one that saved you, I suppose. The one that cast that spell? The green orc? Yeah.
Is he the tooth fairy?
I think so. I think he is.
Huh. Never
Friedrich-
would have expected that.
Friedrich the Tooth Fairy.
Again, thank you for giving me a new lease on life. Because I wouldn't have been able to try all this and learn about a tooth fairy and enjoy being here with you if you hadn't.
You put your life on the line for me first. So anything I have done is because you've enabled me to do that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be here if you hadn't fed us both, so
We can go on for hours.
we can. We can. It's good to have you home.
I'm very glad to be home. Have you, by any chance, seen Pip around?
Pip? Do I know a Pip?
Oh, I thought that maybe you knew. She's a friend?
That sounded hesitant.
It's been 2 years, so...
Does anybody know where Pip is?
Okay.
And she will squeal that in the kitchens. And then you hear the rustling of armor. Right here, right here, right here, right here. What's going on? Are we okay? Everything okay? Hi. Okay. Whew. Are we okay? The world's not falling. The world's not ending, right?
No, everything is perfect, actually. Eve, can we just have a quick minute?
She looks between the two and just specifically to you, gives you like the wiggle of the eyebrows and just takes a piece of cake and walks off.
He'll turn back to Pip, like, he looks a little nervous. And it kind of looks like he's kind of rehearsing something in his mind, probably something that he's rehearsed for a little bit now. No, everything is good, and he'll reach out to try and take her hands.
And she will reach out. She does have her gauntlets on, so she does just take those off real quick. And then holds your hand.
I know this is sudden. I just got here. But it's already been 2 years, and I'm really hoping that we can maybe pick up where we left off.
You can tell like the red is creeping like from underneath her collar, and she's starting to turn like this blushy color, and her ears twitch in that way that like she's excited. With me?
Well, no, I was actually thinking the janitor down. No, yeah, you.
I would I would very much like that.
Can you just
Can I
smile?
talk to you normally? Because, I mean, you are kind of like the person in charge here.
Oh, yeah, no, please don't let that stop you from talking to me any other... Yes, talk to me just normal. Normal's great. Normal is how I hope it is anyway, so...
Yes, I'm really excited. Okay.
And I guess in that excitement, he'll just grab her face and kiss her if she'd allow.
And she does, and she kisses back. And she's still in her armor, so you can hear it like clinking and everything, but she does kiss you back in all of that excitement and like missing 2 years. So it's almost like you pick right up where you left off.
And I think for the rest of the night, it's going through with Pip, with Eve, just kind of joining the festivities for that night, maybe for a couple days.
And those festivities last for a while. Eve and Pip, and they connect really well, become very fast friends. And everything seems back to normal for just a moment. And then once things have settled down slightly, the Spring Court Archfey coronation planning goes into full swing for the main city of Spring. Banners and spring flowers are scattered all over Bloomhaven. Bakers and artisans prepare for goods for visitors from across courts, across plains. Coronations are very, very rare here. Archfey typically hold their seat for eons. So it is a very big deal to be able to attend one. What do you do during coronation planning?
I imagine Quirin has never seen one of these happen. I don't think it's really something that he knows a lot about. So I think he just trusts Barnabas completely, or whomever exactly is planning it. I don't think he really wants to interfere with the tradition. He's there to help. I don't think he's going to be much of a help if he does try, because this is all very new. But I think he's there to help facilitate things however he can. But for the most part, I think he's hands off because he doesn't want to mess anything up. He doesn't want to break the tradition. So I think he's just kind of there.
You get whisked away for measurements and things of that nature. They measure the size of your head. They whisk you away for all of these other, like, what colors fit the best? What colors do you want your guard to wear? All of these different things that you would need to pick as a person taking a seat of power in the court of Spring. Barnabas does fuss at you every once in a while about make sure you're resting, make sure you're drinking your water, make sure that you're not getting sick, make sure that you are taking care of yourself, make sure to go eat this. Grabs a couple slices of cake and everything that Eve's been requesting and makes sure to bring you both one. And this short little stout man is just running all over the place.
Yeah, I think we're letting him be our manager for a while.
He is a very good manager, and he makes sure to take care of everything. And one day he'll come up to you.
So, is there anybody else? Is there anyone you would like me to invite that are on different realms and different courts, or anybody you want me to make sure that is here for certain?
Yeah, as long as tradition allows.
Well, it. What's the best way to put it? Traditions are meant to be broken every once in a while. I mean, it's fine.
That's why you're my manager. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a few people. Yeah, and he'll list off Ruby, Fred, Velphie. Can we also get Gibby? Which one's not the turtle? I'm forgetting.
Turtle, Tibby. So Gibby. We want to see if Gibby can be there.
I can do that. Is there anything you want me to specifically say? How do you want me to send the invite? Do you want me to send it the way it is being sent here, or do you just want me to say, hi, come on?
Of just the way it is usually sent. An invite to a coronation. You're presence is requested? I don't...
Do I have free will on this one? Can I just play around with it?
Yeah, why not? All you.
Fun!
And he takes his little self and he waddles off.
That was maybe a bad decision.
Professor Friedrich, Ruby, Velphie. You all get a little piece of mail that just floats in. It almost like drops into your lap. It smells sweet and refreshing. And it says specifically, we request your presence at a coronation. Do not open until you are ready. But make sure to open by this time. Be ready by then, please. And before you open, Quirin, as that day approaches, coronation for Spring Court typically happens in the gardens outside the chateau. It is full of forsythia, azalea, crocus-like flowers, and trees with branches that lean down almost to touch the ground, to touch the earth where the power of spring resides. And they're covered and blooming in these reds and purples and blues. And they surround that entire garden. And some even grow up the chateau. Is there anything you wish to do before your coronation?
I think just before, probably sitting down with Eve and Pip, just kind of going over memories with Eve of just growing up, of, you know, drawing the comparisons to where they started to where they are now. I mean, living in a, you know, busted, dilapidated, overgrown home to now. I mean, just looking at everything on how much has changed and how excited he is for life. And then going over with Pip, kind of the same concept, but just going through like work experiences and joking about some of the things he might have stolen from people while he was on the job, so on. And just, yeah, going over what was and then what is.
Pip will caress your face if you allow. Are you okay? Are you nervous?
I don't even know if nervous would be the way to describe it. That feels like an understatement.
I can imagine that this is a big step.
Friend kind of put it in perspective, just saying like it's hard to do worse than what was just a little bit ago. So, I mean, surely I can't do that bad, right?
I very seriously doubt you could be worse. If anything, I think spring's going to be pretty pleasant going forward.
I hope. I'm gonna work hard to make it that way, and I don't know. I hope you're there the whole time too.
I will be there for as long as you'll have me.
We're not going anywhere.
Then I look forward to it. I do need to get to my post though and make sure that no one gets in trouble or is trouble.
Yeah, no, yeah. Go do your job, lay down the law. Yeah.
Lay down the law. And she will flip her helmet closed as she steps out the door. She'll lean back in, flip the visor of her helmet.
Flappy helmet piece.
Flappy helmet piece. I love you. You're going to do great. Toodles.
I love, thanks. Oh, she's all right. She's gone.
Eva's just sitting there like big grin on her face.
What?
What?
I don't know. Just looking at me funny. I wasn't sure what it was.
I just think it's cute.
I think it feels a little awkward after that, and just kind of like just shrugs it off and laughs and tries to focus on what's about to happen.
And with that, do you all open your invitations?
I will put on the nicest clothes I have because it seems like an occasion. So something with buttons and maybe a tie.
Yeah, Velphie will also dress to what she thinks would be like needed at a coronation at a spring court. And then she'll open it at the time, I guess, that's specified.
Yeah, Ruby has her hair in really pretty braids because Van knows how to braid really, really well. And she's wearing just like a very simple, we'll say, yellow dress. And she's done a little bit of changeling magic to have her hands have kind of like tattoos coming up that turn into like flowers.
And as you open your invitation, it's like a confetti popper, one of those that you open and confetti shoots at you. Very pretty little spring flowers.
Yeah, you're coming to a coronation of an archfey. You're going to have a grand time. Make sure not to dance. Make sure not to drink the fairy wine or you won't be leaving. So please do enjoy yourself. Just don't get stuck here because people will take advantage of that because you can't stop dancing until the soles fall off your shoes. So, and do enjoy your time and come say hi to me. I'm Barnabas, by the way. Have a fun time.
Noted. You hear that, you lot? No dancing. I know you all love to dance so much.
I can't afford to lose any more shoes.
Yeah, we can just shift and wiggle. That should work.
Like a little head nod.
Yeah, and eat. They didn't say anything about not eating, right? It was just the fairy wine.
Right, yeah. But I don't know which wine is the fairy wine, so maybe
Hopefully
it will be
it'll
labeled.
labeled. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it'll
know.
be labeled.
And you all poof. And when you do, it's almost like the ground falls beneath your feet. And then you feel yourself sit down. And you sit down in this very lavish chair in the center of these beautiful spring gardens. And you are towards the front, behind a line of archfey, as you have been designated special guest. Velphie and Professor Friedrich, in the chair next to you, there's this short little forest gnome whose nose sticks out a little too far.
Oh, this is fun.
Gibby, my good man, where have you been?
Oh, I've been out and about and doing all kinds of things, but I left Tibby for this. This is a lot of fun. Tibby'd be fine, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if Tibby would fit in the venue.
No, I don't think he would. But I told him I told him why, and he seemed to understand, and everything's gonna be okay. I can't believe I got invited to an Archfey coronation, and I can't believe Quirin is the one that's getting coronated.
Yeah, it's an odd series of events that happened, but he deserves it. He earned it. He'll do a good job.
He's a good lad. He's a great lad. He's good. He's a good boy. Hi, I've never met you.
Oh, I'm Ruby Mortem, and this is Van.
Oh, that's a pleasure.
Yeah, you too. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Gibby. And this is... Tibby's not here, never mind.
Oh. Well, nice to meet you, and Tibby by extension. How
you would like Tibby.
Oh, I like it almost everyone, unless they're mean or grumpy. But even sometimes grumpy is nice.
Tibby can be a bit grumpy, but Tibby's a turtle.
Oh, I love turtles.
Oh, you have to come and visit then. My house is on top of Tibby.
I have to visit. I've never been to a house on a turtle. All right, that's where we're going next. After this, I guess.
And with that, this place is teeming with the citizens of spring. Quirin, as you get ready to do the coronation, you have to walk down this path of clover towards a throne that is made of birch and covered in spring flowers. And the citizens of spring watch you in awe. And you can feel the emotions of the citizens of spring. You can feel that awe, you can feel that excitement. Almost as if it radiates from them into the earth, back into you. The Archfey stand in front of that throne, where you have been told by Barnabas you are meant to kneel and take oaths. The Summer Court Archfey is holding a crown of birch.
I think we do exactly how Barnabas has instructed us. I think as he's walking through, though, he is just kind of radiating like this nervous energy. This isn't like he knew this was going to be a reality. I don't think he was really ready for it. But as he's walking, as he sees Gibby, as he sees his friends there, and probably sees Eve somewhere as well, I think the closer he gets to the Summer Archfey, I think the more he feels controlled, a little more comfortable, like accepting that whatever may come is now entirely his responsibility, not something he's had before. He doesn't exactly know how he's going to do it, but he's going to do his best. And I think as he gets closer, he's just accepting that, and he becomes a little more comfortable and just ready for what's next.
Eve gives you a small thumbs up. Gibby is not subtle.
We'll wink at Gibby.
And he stands like 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. And as you make your way in front of the Summer Archfey, who is also lined with the other Archfey of the courts, Summer looks a little differently. They all do, in comparison to when you last saw them, as they are not in those archfey seats. And Summer is bright yellow, pointed ears, a very motherly face with dark brown hair. She looks like the epitome of a sunflower. Kneel and be known.
And he does that.
Do you swear to guard the fragile and the fleeting, the first bloom, the first songbird, the first fragile hope that rises after despair?
I do.
Do you swear to wield both gentleness and wildness in equal measure, to nurture what may grow and tear down what would choke the roots of change?
I do.
Do you swear to honor the turning of all things, to welcome change, to answer endings with beginnings, and never cling so tightly to what is that you may deny what might be?
I do.
Do you swear to delight in wonder and mischief, to stir hearts from stillness, and to remind us that joy may return even after the longest night?
I think after that one, he gets a bit of a smile on his face. I do.
She gives a little, smile to that one, too. Do you swear these things, not in word alone, but in root and breath and sap and song?
Puts his hand over his heart and bows his head. I do.
She takes that birch crown and places it upon your head. And a pulse of magic goes through you, from the top of your head down to the bottoms of your feet, and into the earth, as everybody here feels that. This is your court. The Archfey will all step aside. Leaving you to stand in front of your court and your chair.
I think we just turn to see everyone. And almost like, I mean, he's trying to do it quickly, but I think he's just trying to lock eyes with as many people in the crowd as he can, just giving, not speaking, just being present and nodding to everyone. Taking extra time, going over Eve, Gibby, Fred, Ruby, Velphie. And yeah, being present and accepting and trying to show his commitment to everything that he just agreed to everyone in attendance.
Do you take a seat?
After a little bit, we do.
And as you sit in that chair, whenever you sit on that throne, or whenever you sit in that chair for an Archfey Council, we will see the same thing. What do we see now as you have grown into that seat?
I think now that he sits on it, compared to how it was when he sat in it before, It almost looks like the chair of roots and everything has gotten a little thicker. It grows a little thicker. There's some more greenery on it that grows when he sits down. And I think periodically there are lightning bugs that come from the chair that fly out into the open sky. And I think that happens for the duration that he's there, just kind of one after another, just periodically.
And you hear the roar of cheers and delight as flower petals rain down from above you onto you. Little cherry-like blossoms, they float down. You see Barnabas holding his hanky, which he has used to wipe away many tears already. It's probably snot-drenched. Eve watches you with a big smile on her face. So much life in that face now. You see Pip in uniform, does this little happy dance, like really, really excited until she takes back up what she is supposed to be in her stance. Now, it's time for the real party to begin. The volunteers for this event have planned diligently with Barnabas's help, and everything is cleared out quickly and efficiently. Endless food and drinks and tea are brought out. There is properly labeled and elegantly labeled this fountain that is rolled out, that is labeled in common, just in case, fairy wine. And then there is a little stick figure of this humanoid, and it's got like a circle and then an X through it. Like, don't have it. And you can tell it's probably Barnabas trying to draw. A band quickly takes their places and they begin playing ditties. All of Spring Court is here for this celebration. All of the other Archfey are here for the celebration of the coronation of the Spring Archfey. What do you all do?
I don't think Quirin wastes any time getting into the food, the drinks, the moment. So I think he tries to be as involved as he can for once.
Friedrich's a bit of a wallflower, so I'll find a non-toxic drink and sort of just make small talk with the people around Gibby. Every time he sees Quirin, though, he'll do like a little low bow.
I will just like put it like, oh no, it's okay. It's okay. No matter how far away they are, you just communicate. No, you don't have to do that. It's okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It just other people were doing, and I'm trying to fit in.
I appreciate it, but just like saying, hey, I think that's fine. The bow's nice, but it's not necessary.
Okay, so I'll bow and then stop myself halfway through.
All right, thanks. Have you tried the fairy wine? It's really good.
The correspondence I received said, in no shortage of words, to not do it, or my shoes would be destroyed, or something along those lines. Paraphrasing.
That seems like a pretty tame threat for something.
I guess, I'm not a fairy. You're not supposed to have it if you're not a fairy. I don't...
DM, I assume Quirin knows exactly what it does.
You know exactly what it does. Yeah, so fairy wine, to someone who is not from here, it is very potent. Fairy wine is like the equivalent to like half a liter of straight liquor for anybody who is not from here.
Oh, it's like high fantasy Everclear.
Yes.
Well, in that case, I mean, just a little bit warm.
Barnabas is he's just a rule follower sometimes a rule follower, and so I think he's trying to be cautious, but I mean, someone like you've seen years. I have no doubt you can handle it.
I mean, you make a good point. I don't think this is ever, it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. The little stick figure on the sign isn't technically green, so maybe it's not even referring to me.
See, there you go. That's a wizard of your power. You can handle it.
Well, with that, I'll walk over and get a small amount, like a shot's worth.
Roll not a concentration check, a constitution saving throw.
Oh, I had my dice up. Let me get this. Okay. Con save. Oh, I'm not good at those. Why do I drink so much if I'm not good at those? 17.
Okay, you needed to beat a 15. You are able to take a little bit of this fairy wine, and it tastes immaculate. Like, it is the nicest thing you have ever tasted in terms of something alcoholic. You feel enchanted. You feel almost like you could float.
This is really quite superb. I should take your advice more often. Do you think, and I'll lean in closely and under hushed tones, do you think I'm part fairy?
I think Quirin will, be speechless for a second. Like, in what context do you speak of?
Well, the wine doesn't seem to really be affecting me much. And normally I'm a bit of what they would call a lightweight with libation. So maybe there's a little bit of, I don't know, fairy in me. I never met my parents.
You are a fairy of the tooth variety, so you're at least half.
Is that a real fairy? Or is that just a children's tale? Is there actually a fairy around your court or another one that collects teeth?
I've never met one until you, so...
Maybe I became part fairy. Maybe I willed it to be.
I don't know, the tales have been around a while. You've been around a while. I think it makes sense.
I think I'll have to think on it and drink on it, and I'll go back and get a little bit more of the fairy wine.
Roll me another constitution saving throw. Your DC is a 20.
Oh, it went up. Okay. Okay, Friedrich die. Here we go. Oh my goodness. It's an 18.
Okay. Sends you right over the edge. You feel very good. Why do you do not want to leave this place? You belong on this realm. You need to stay here in the courts.
You are a fairy.
You are a fairy. You're a green fairy.
I'm home.
Actually, you know what, Fred? You are the fairy. That is you.
The? Is that like an honorary title?
It's a title.
And I'll nod and remember that, and for the rest of the evening, I will introduce myself to people as Friedrich the Fairy.
Eve will hear that at one point, and she will look at Quirin and look back at Professor Friedrich. He really is the Tooth Fairy.
From nightmares, but yeah, he's the Tooth Fairy.
I thought you said the Tooth Fairy didn't exist.
Well, he's drunk, and I'm gonna be honest, genuinely, I thought he could handle it. So, and I only told him to have one drink, but he had two, so the second one, that's on him.
Oh, Barnabas is gonna be so mad at you.
That's fine. I can handle it. Barnabas can calm down.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to the Tooth Fairy. And she will make her way over to Friedrich and start asking you questions about teeth.
And I will answer, and I will say, I am I am part fairy. At least the king of your world told me I am. So I will tell everything I know about teeth, and it will start to blend and defeat at some point.
The king of our world, huh?
I think that's why we're all gathered.
Sure. So do you take if I give you a tooth, will you give me something in return?
I start feeling around in my pockets to see what I might have on me. I don't think I have anything too weird in my inventory. I have a pearl.
Is it another tooth?
It might be. What kind of tooth does she hand me?
She will cast this little thing, and it's like this flower tooth.
Oh, that's very nice. That's worth at least 2 molars. And I'll sort of dig around in my pocket and produce 2 molars from.
I got teeth. She looks back to try to find Quirin and holds up a tooth.
And these are the memory loss teeth, right?
They are.
I think it's somehow non-verbally we're just gonna just be careful with those. Just don't put them in your mouth. Just keep them in your pocket or throw them away. Even.
And you can kind of see she's starting to like, what would I to eat someone's teeth?
I don't know. Why would you trade someone for other teeth?
I didn't have a real tooth.
It's actually a good life lesson. If a strange man gives you teeth, don't put them in your mouth.
Yeah, are you telling me you're not going to listen to me? Come on. Come.
And with that, is there anything Ruby would like to do at the party?
I think she would just find Quirin. Oh, it was very much worth the wait to see you sit in the chair. Fits very well.
Yeah, I was doubting it a little bit, doubting that I'd have the guts to go through with it, but I'm glad you can make it. I'm glad I went through with it.
You were doubting yourself?
Well, just on how effective I could be in this role. I've only ever had to survive before, and this is, I would say, a little north of surviving at this point.
Well, you're already great at it. Everyone's so happy.
Yeah, I let the power go to my head. I got Fred drunk on fairy wine, so...
Oh, is that why he's saying he's the fairy?
Yeah, I told him that was his title, and he ate that. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just totally serious. And I always thought maybe, he has magic, so I kind of believed it. I thought it was like a homecoming type thing, but...
I guess it could be. I can make it official. He's the honorary Spring Court Fairy now.
That would... honestly, he deserves some sort of title. You can't go throughout your entire life without being known. And he's the professor, of course, but... I feel like in all the stories, if there's someone great like the professor, they earn like a knighthood or some sort of. You just get the name that's handed to you. So it's like you're handing him his name for his story.
Yeah. Honestly, I even forgot about the other title he worked so hard for, the Professor Fairy.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. It suits him.
I'm very glad you went through with this. And thanks for inviting us. It means a lot to be included still. You could have left and just forgotten all about us.
I don't know if that would even be possible.
Good. Well, I'm guessing we're staying at your house tonight?
If you want to, it is absolutely open.
Okay, because the invitation didn't have like accommodations or anything, and I don't like camping anymore, so.
No, that's fair. I think that was an oversight by Barnabas. Yeah, we can amend that, and we can, yeah, we have a place.
Okay, it'll be like this, like old times a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is Pike here?
I think Quirin will look over to like probably some on the top of the chateau. I think he'll just look over in Pike's direction and just and call him over and have him fly over and land right on Ruby's head.
Oh.
He plays with your hair.
I was just wondering. I didn't know if he stuck around too. All right, Pike, you can hang out with me for a bit. I'll say it again, Quirin. Chair, it's you all.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go not drink fairy wine. And she'll...
Okay. If you feel differently, though, you know where it is.
All right. And she'll just continue to mingle with people, ask them all the questions about the Feywild, get more of details about Quirin, and she'll tell everyone like that Quirin saved her life and saved Van, and make sure they know that he's got stories elsewhere that make him great.
And they listen intently. And Pike just sits there and nuzzles into your head. And with that, what about Velphie?
Velphie she'll walk up to Quirin and just kind of like very exaggerated, Your Highness.
No, that's even worse. That's even worse than what Fred was doing.
Your Majesty?
You can just, like, you know my name. You can just, that's
My Lord?
fine. You're banished. You're exiled, actually.
Darn. No, this was really cool. I think you're gonna make this place really awesome. I mean, already it's really awesome, especially with the professor. Something happened there?
Yeah, I don't know what got into him. I think he just really wanted to, like when in Spring Court, just to experience it. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I saw him exchanging teeth with someone, your sister.
Yeah. What are you accusing me of something? I'm not telling anyone to trade teeth.
I didn't say you were accusing or you were making anyone trade teeth. No. I was just... I mean, I know you're going to run this place so well, but I'm already kind of questioning. Maybe I should... do you have a manager that I can talk to?
Barnabas is the manager. I think he's running around a lot tonight, though. So maybe... I don't know if he...
Do like a box, Sometimes like establishments have a request box, a complaint box.
We do, actually, and he's just gonna like telekinetically move over. This is so mean. Move over, slide over like a trash can right in front of Velphie.
You know what? I expect no less. Beautiful. All right, well, I will keep that in mind for my future suggestions.
Yeah, please do. I mean, I want to take things very seriously. Like I said, I don't want to trip over a low bar. So anything that would help me avoid that is it's serious. So
Of course. Noted. I will be sure to keep you I don't know, accountable, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
From afar. I don't even live here, but I'll try.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, have you tried the fairy wine?
You know, I have not tried the fairy wine.
You should.
I will think about it. I will put that, and she will like shove the trash can with her foot. I'll put that in my suggestion box.
All right, fair play. I'm just saying, who knows, the next time you'll be here. I think you should take advantage of it where you can. That's all.
That's true. That's very true. Although I would hope that the person that I kind of helped save the world would just allow me to come back, to try the fairy wine at a different time.
Oh yeah, no, of course. Absolutely. I just, wasn't sure when your next trip would be, that's all.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be today though. It doesn't have to be today.
Okay. All right. Some future day.
Yeah, future day, for sure. Actually, I was kind of wondering, I do have a gift, a surprise gift ish.
Okay. You didn't have to. You didn't.
I know, but I wanted to. It's your big day, and I don't know, felt inspired. So, would it be possible for me to just commandeer the stage?
No, please do. It's all yours.
She'll head up there and take out her lute. She's going to use her mother's lute. And she wrote a song, essentially just kind of about like Quirin's journey, and just kind of a song just regaling the adventures that she had with him. And, she's not like ignoring everyone else, but just kind of, it's Quirin's day, it's his story, and she's telling his story through song for the whole court.
Roll a performance check.
Dang. It'd be really sucky if I got a nat 1. Okay, what's my performance at? Oh god. Cage? A luck point?
Oh no. Yeah, you may use a luck point.
Okay. This will be like super embarrassing. Okay, how about a 19?
A 19 is great. As everyone listens into the story and the song, and you get a very loud round of applause.
And she'll take a few bows, but then she'll go, honestly, it's Quirin. It's Quirin. Everyone please clap for Quirin.
No, that's okay. That's good.
Everyone look at Quirin.
Oh my gosh, everyone's looking. Oh.
I start bowing.
Okay. All right, you can, in your heads, you all hear, you can just go home now.
That's great. That was such a great song. Everyone's going to sing that for, I don't know, however long you live.
Oh, so that's my dream. That is my dream.
It's just one of those songs that gets stuck in your head so easily. Velphie, good job.
Thanks. Thank you. I mean, a man like Quirin, who's the king, the ruler of Spring Court, gotta have a song that matches.
Yeah, it's
Your
it's
Majesty.
A little, thank you. Yeah, it's a little frustrating how quick you came up with that, so thanks.
You're welcome. And then she just kind of shakes because she's like, okay, good. It went okay. Everyone liked it. And then I think she'll just head over and grab the non-fairy wine. Sip on that, bring a glass over to Antir, and just chat, dance, eat.
Roll a charisma saving throw if you're dancing.
Oh. Okay. 15.
Quirin, you notice the dancing has started. And dancing in the Feywild, you cannot stop until not an archfey, but somebody, a fey, comes and gets you.
I think just as a little bit of payback, we're going to let her dance for a little bit. Eventually, we'll grab her hand and pull her out so she's not stuck here forever, because the last thing we want is just the bard to hang around and sing more songs. So you won't drink the wine, but you will indulge in other aspects that probably I was gonna say you shouldn't, but it was your choice. So,
I mean, sorry for celebrating at your coronation. I guess I'll just, I don't know, go cry in a corner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being a stick in the mud. No, you just have a great time.
I will. But thank you though, because I was getting a little tired, and yeah, I honestly felt like I wasn't going to stop, so thanks.
Yeah, no, you probably wouldn't have. You probably would have stayed there for eternity.
Yeah. Maybe I should find that suggestion box again. And then she'll just kind of smile and then walk off.
And at some point during the evening, Gibby will make his way over to you, Quirin, and give you like a little tap on your elbow.
I think the second he sees it's him, it's like we're going down, hugging him, and like doing like the lift of just happy to see Gibby again.
Always good to see you, Sonny.
It has been entirely too long, friend.
Yes. You're gonna come and visit me and Tibby soon, right?
Of course.
Good.
That was always in the plans.
But look at how much you have grown.
Can't say I know much of what you taught me anymore. There's a few bumps in the road to get to this point, but what you taught did help.
Oh, well, I'm glad it helped, and that's okay. You've learned, you've grown, look at where you're at now.
It's I didn't expect this to happen, and I'm glad you're here to share it.
Well, I am excited that I was invited to share in your very special day. I feel like I think a very proud uncle.
Yeah. And I think when he says that, we're gonna grab fairy wine and we're gonna share it with him.
For me? Oh, I haven't had this in like a century.
Yeah, just be careful. Sip it. It's a sipper. Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good. Okay, a sipper. I can do a sipper. I haven't had this since college days.
And he will slowly sip his fairy wine with you.
And I think they're just gonna sit there and catch up. I mean, Quirin wants to hear about how the last 8 years were for Gibby as well. So yeah, you just spend time catching each other up.
And with that, things begin to settle down for the coronation party. It goes and goes until the late hours of the morning. And with coronation over, Quirin, what do you do next?
Yeah, I think he'll find everyone and just mention that there is a spot to stay at the chateau for everyone if that's needed. Maybe even quote Ruby, just like old times, and see if we can share another moment. But I think once things start to die down, I think he's pretty quick to turn in for the night.
Yeah, I'll stay at the chateau.
I
Yeah.
will as well.
Yeah, Velphie will as well.
I did think Friedrich would crash out pretty soon, though, given his state.
Oh, I told you not to. Okay, let me go get something for you for that. That's the reason we don't drink the fairy wine when you're not from here.
I tried to tell him. He wouldn't listen.
Did you not see my drawing on the sign?
It didn't look like me.
I take offense to that. I tried very hard.
How often? I don't get to come here often. And my eyes like start to go wide and cross as I don't finish my sentence.
Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. I will be right back.
He waddles off and he comes back with like this little vial of this putrid green looking thing.
Okay, drink the whole thing.
I'll drink it. I won't even question it.
You should question when people give you things, but I'm glad you took it.
And as soon as you drink it and swallow, it's almost like the effects of that fairy wine dissipate. But that liquid tastes awful. Like, imagine all of the greens shoved into one container with no seasoning and nothing to make it less bitter.
But I feel better after I drink it.
You do.
That was putrid, but I do feel a lot better. Here, let me a little something for your trouble. And I'll reach into my pocket and I'll just clasp his hand and pull away. And he'll notice there's a molar in his hand.
He looks at Quirin.
Don't eat it. I've had to tell people that already.
I understand what Eve was saying now.
And with that, you all are able to have a night like old times. And you all go back home to your plane. Quirin, now that coronation is over, is there anything you would like to do?
I think maybe just a couple days after coronation, just if he can make things official with Pipra, get married in whatever sense exactly that would happen at Spring Court. Probably something small, intimate. Just them and whoever needs to be there for that, and probably no one else. Just out in the forest somewhere with anyone who needs to be there. They have logs that are kind of on their side to be there and lie in wait. And I imagine that this is sometime during golden hour.
And you're able to get married to Pip.
And then the next morning, can we go speak to Arendor?
You can. You can. The night after your wedding, you head down into the place where he is being held and has been held since the War Council. And it is this simple cell, and it's cold down here. And as you arrive, Arendor is sitting on the simple bed that has been provided. Hands are clasped, feet are on the floor. And you do see that shimmering barrier that surrounds his cell, ensuring that he cannot leave. However, it doesn't look like he has the motivation to do so anyway.
I think Kieran will just walk in. I guess he doesn't totally know if it's common practice that the Archfey always has like the crown or whatever else clothing is that an Archfey is supposed to wear. I don't know if he's supposed to have it on all the time, but he'll wear it there. Then as soon as he gets there, like hang it all on some chair or something that's around. Like he just doesn't want to be associated with that right now. How are things? Hopefully been treated fairly, I hope.
He nods and just looks up at you. 10 out of 10. Great service.
Well, good. I wouldn't want anything less. Have you thought much about what exactly happened, on what you wanted, and what didn't happen?
Not much else to do in here.
And what are your thoughts on that?
Why do you want to know so badly?
I hope to not have you in here for the rest of time.
And why not?
I just took an oath, swearing on change, on second chances, I suppose. And I just think back, like, on my life, I made a lot of bad decisions. I've done a lot of bad things, said a lot of bad things. There's a lot of things that I wish I could have done that wouldn't have been good, that I didn't do, but I had a strong inkling too. Think of the people that I've hurt, stolen from, livelihoods that I might have unintentionally destroyed, just trying to survive. And for a while, I felt that, like, after I had gotten shifted for 8 years, being separated from family, with Eve being sick, being on my own for so long, I figured this was... I figured this was something that I deserved. I thought that every shitty thing that I've done has led to this point, and this was it. And I guess I thought for a while that if I suffer enough, that somehow it'll just, undo the things I did, that this form of punishment would also equal some form of accountability. I was wrong on that. The guilt I felt, it didn't heal. It didn't help anything.
And what did?
Just trying to be different. I still don't believe that I deserve what I now have, and he points over to the crown. I think you could find, just walking down the street, you could find 10 people more deserving of something like this than I am. But I'm in this position. I didn't ask for it. But it's my responsibility. The point is, what I'm making is that any form of guilt that you may have off of what you've done, it doesn't help. It just destroys what's left. It keeps you where you are. And I hope that can change. I hope that you can be active in the community and help things grow and prosper from now.
I thought what I was doing was helping. 'Cause threatened to kill your sister, why would you give me a second chance?
I didn't deserve a second chance. Whether it was a decision by someone or some random act of fate, I got a second chance. I want to extend that to you. Now, still no. You trying to kill me or hurt other people is something I will not allow. That'll get shut down. But I don't want it to come to that.
Like I said, I really thought I was helping.
So we have the same goal in mind. We care for this place. And we want to help it succeed and grow.
What good can grow from something that is so devoured in shadow?
Something I learned over the 8 years when I was wandering with groups is how much I love spring. I know I'm biased. I know that sounds dumb, but I mean, living here, we're in it all the time, but out there, it's not a constant. It changes. Not something that I had experienced before. After a long winter, after a time of shadows, I always enjoyed when it came the day when I was surprised to see spring be present. You know, leaves on the trees you'd swear weren't there the day before. You sure weren't even buds 2 days ago. I just love the moment of shock when spring just is. Everything has a cycle. I hope this is the start of something new.
He looks you up and down, and he looks defeated. I do love spring more than anything. I am sorry I caused you so much grief. I didn't realize the side that we were on, that I was on. Was causing so much carnage. All I know is Dad vanished after what was stolen. And I was told that we could bring Dad back and make spring better. Make it a better place than what it was, and I now realize that that's not the case.
Unfortunately, it's not. But I hope you can join for what is.
So what do we do now?
Now you just open the door and walk out. Grief keeps us where we are. Guilt keeps us where we are. The magic around here made it so you couldn't find a magical way to get out, but that door, it was never locked.
He looks at the door. Never locked.
Just shakes his head no.
And he stares at that door and stares at you. Stares at the door. And he doesn't say anything else.
I think he just nods, grabs the crown, other belongings off the chair. Can always choose to be different. Choose to have hope. Try and be better. Build something new. The door will remain unlocked until you decide to walk out of it. And he'll start walking out.
And you leave. Arendor stays in that cell for a little while longer. And eventually, he just vanishes. And a little note is left on the bedding that he had. He made the cell up, made his bed up. Thank you for a new beginning.
I think we'll just take the note, we'll pocket it. I think we'll keep it with us for a while. I mean, if it's always close in our pocket or like in a nightstand next to the bed somewhere, but I think we're holding on to that for a little bit.
And you never see Arendor again. And with that, Spring Court thrives. A court reflects the value of their leader, and spring soars. A life of new beginnings, a life of pleasant change awaits you. From an orphaned thief just trying to protect his little sister to an archfey of Spring Court. You will hold that seat for eons to come. But life is always full of pleasant surprises. And with that, the world continues to move forward. The story of Shadowfen popping back into the material plane, now just a passing story. The walls of shadow had fallen and Sedania's borders no longer guarded. People were able to go as they pleased. And one of you travels everywhere. Starting at Seraphim, Van's home, full of festivals and carnivals and celebration, music, flowers, vendors everywhere. This is a side of Seraphim you did not get to see when you lived here. And there's beauty to it. There's a lot of beauty to it. You and Van get to experience so much in just Seraphim. Where do you go next?
I think she would ask, around on their travels, like where they should go, try to get recommendations from people and hear their stories about what they did and who they met, and kind of use that to inform the things that she wants to see and that they can do together.
Lorespire has the best stories. Biggest libraries, lots of universities to attend. If you want stories, that's the best place to go. Well, there's Verdantis. Heard it's very green. It's very green. I guess that's the reason they call it a jewel. Apparently, the Founders Ball takes place a few months from now. You could always try and see if you get an invitation to that. I've never gotten one, but who knows? Maybe you're luckier than I am. Emberwind has the best food. Thal's Bay? Go to Thal's Bay. Thal's Bay, you can get anything from all over the world from there. Their imports of spices. You can cook anything with it, and that thing would taste amazing.
I think after polling around, she's never been to a ball. So going and seeing what a ball is like could be fun. Her and Van probably don't need invitations since both of them are pretty sneaky. And of course, have to go see a library and pick up a book for the professor. And we'll go and travel down to get some good spices too. So she's just kind of building out a whole itinerary.
And you are able to sneak into this ball. The Lionwood Duchy holds phenomenal balls with the biggest fireworks and music and food and anything and everything you can imagine. The Jewel of Verdantis, everything is embossed in emerald and gold and white marble, and there is a tavern there called the Songbird Tavern that is very well known, lots of good music. It is everything you could imagine a ball to be. Thal's Bay, all the spices from Aramir, from all over the countries of Terravoda, everything manages to find itself in Thal's Bay. Roll me a d20.
18.
You do hear of a shipwreck that happened recently. Maybe there could have been really good supplies on that. Maybe it might be time to go treasure hunting on the beach. And then Lorespire. Huge, towering cities that just are in these circular-like architecture that look like they have been built up in a tower, and like there are these, I don't know exactly what to call them, but they're like mountains, but they're flat at the top with the sides that go straight down, and they're built into those rocky surfaces, and there are bridges that connect each one. All kinds of stories. The libraries here are a cultivation of all books across Terravoda that you could possibly get your hands on. All kinds of fantasy stories, fables, history. Bards of legend typically come from here as you hear music that just moves you in ways that you have not experienced unless Velphie was playing. Beautiful place to learn new things. And through your travels, you hear passing tales of Elendor, the king of the Wildwood. You hear rumors of lavish parties that last weeks on end, as him and his wife just recently celebrated the birth of their first child. Rumor has it, the queen got sick during her first pregnancy, and the child was lost. Elves very rarely have children. This would have been 20, 30 years ago.
I think anytime she hears a rumor, it's a little bit of a herder day, and Van might ask if she wants to go. And she hasn't, I think, gotten the bravery to say yes. But she is happy that there is something to celebrate whenever she hears of the first child.
You may roll me a history check.
I rolled a 1.
You don't recall, it's a hard day.
Yeah.
And with your travels, where else do you go?
I think they would always take the detours. If they heard of, a treasure on a pirate ship, yeah, they probably would check that out. And, if there's a long forgotten button shop off the beaten path, she might go look at the buttons for old time's sake, or a cuisine at a tavern that just sounds too good to pass up. I think eventually they would probably come to a conclusion that the one place they haven't really been is a home. So I think they would start their journeys and travels kind of looking for, where can we call ours?
And where do you call yours? Where do you find a place to settle?
I think they would want somewhere that's not too difficult to get to, but is peaceful. Yeah. So I don't know if it's necessarily that they're looking for a specific address. It's just, I feel like they'll know it when they see it.
And you were able to find this place. Somewhere not too far off the beaten path, but somewhere home. You finally find a home. And what is it like as you set this home up?
I imagine that it's on a river. Maybe like a stone house with one of those water wheels type of thing. There's lots of caves to explore nearby, and there's waterfalls to go visit. You can take a little path through a field to get to a really cute town close by. There's always the sound of the babbling water, which is very comforting in a way. And she makes friends with everyone in the town and consistently goes to the post office to send letters and keep up with the people she's met on her travels, but especially to her friends, even though she doesn't know how Quirin gets his letters, but she sends them anyways.
And one day, as you are sending these letters, you feel a tug on your belt where you keep your coins.
Oh no, my coin purse. What is that? And caught you. And she'll turn around real quick.
You see this little boy, changeling boy, staring up at you with these big eyes, and he's still got a hold of your coin purse. And he's still trying to tug it as you are looking at him.
Sorry, I thought you were Quasi. We play this game where sometimes he sneaks. Who are you? What are you? Do you need something? Are you lost?
He looks like he looks back. And he tugs at your coin purse again.
Okay. Here, and I'll take the purse off and just like kind of empty it into his hands.
And he just stares at it and looks up at you.
The coins can get you so far. You can buy so many things, but there's also other things necessary that coins can't buy, like parents. Where are they? Where are they at?
Roll me a perception check.
16.
He's looking back at a little girl, and they're both dirty, both smudged faces.
Oh. All right, well, my name's Ruby. You found a very nice coin purse to steal. You don't have to use the money if you want me to give you a place maybe to stay. I have a house nearby, and I have all these spices to make food, and your sister can come too if you want. It looks like you maybe need to wash up a little bit. I promise I'm kind and I'm fun and mostly normal. And as she smiles, it kind of gets really wide, and she'll transform briefly into a very pointed elven woman and then shift back.
He looks nervous, but then you see that same kind of smile come across his face, and like little blocks flipping over, his face does the same. Food?
Do you like mushrooms and carrot cake?
The little girl walks over. What is carrot cake?
It is like eating a carrot, but better.
I don't like carrots.
Then you'll like carrot cake, because it's better.
You promise?
Well, everyone has their own tastes, but if you don't like it, we'll have another kind of cake. I've been practicing baking a lot since we came here.
There are a lot of cakes.
There can be. I mean, I don't bake a cake every day, but if you both want a lot of cakes, I can make that happen. If you want somewhere to stay.
The little boy. Is it safe?
It's very safe, and it's warm, and sometimes there's treasure to be found, and there's always little minnows in the creek. And at night there's fireflies. The The kind whenever you mush them, you can rub them on your face and it glows a little bit.
Oh,
Do kids like that? I liked it as a kid.
I've never tried it.
If you have nowhere to go, you can come. But if not, my coins are yours. And I can meet you back here tomorrow if you want time to sit on it.
They look at each other. He will hand the coins back.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I'm really glad I caught you, but you don't have to be sorry for stealing. My coin purse was just there. We've all stolen something before.
Have you stolen something before?
I've stolen a lot of things. Some intentionally, some unintentionally. You just do what you have to do sometimes.
The little girl.
How do you steal something unintentionally?
Well, it doesn't glow red, and then you click on it. Well, it's unintentional if you don't know that it's not yours. Like if you pick an apple and then someone says, "Oh, that tree belongs to me." How are you to know it's a tree? Doesn't have a sign on it. It's not attached to the person.
Well, nothing belongs to us, so does that mean we steal everything?
No, it means you need things.
Is that a bad thing?
It's just something that people should help with. It's not easy having nothing. But it means that you have so much that you can get.
What is the catch?
Well, the catch is that you have to leave whenever you want to, and you can stay however long it makes you happy.
Promise?
Yes. I promise. And we're gonna do a special promise, okay?
Okay, what is a special promise?
All right, it's only a promise that we can do. And whenever I say promise, you have to make your nose a different shape.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3, promise. And Ruby's becomes like a snake nose for a second.
They both say promise. And one becomes like very pointed, very hag-like, with a little wart at the end. And the little girl looks like a llama nose.
And that's it. That's the promise.
Okay.
I live this way if you want to follow your name. I'm Ruby, by the way. And then I live with Van, and Quasi's around somewhere. What are your names?
We don't have one.
What a nice thing to do first. We'll have cake and we'll have mushrooms, and I'm sure we have some sort of book that we'll just read stories, and if any names pop out, you can choose one for yourself.
We choose?
Yeah. It's whatever you want to be.
Okay.
Right? That's what being a changeling is. You can be whoever you want to be.
And they will hold each other's hand and look up to you for guidance.
And she'll nervously just look back at the post office. All right. These children are coming with me. As if she's trying to let people know I'm not kidnapping them. They're just coming with me. And she walks back and she's nervous and she's kind of singing under her breath the Quirin coronation song. And whenever she gets back, she'll tell Van that they have some special guests that she met in town. Hope he hasn't eaten all the carrot cake.
He's currently stuffing his face, but he stops.
That's only half. There's enough left. But they're gonna stay tonight.
I can stay as long as I need, as long as I want.
I was hoping you would say that because I already promised them they could. The plan for the evening, we're having the mushrooms that we got yesterday from the South Cave. First, there's the carrot cake, and if the carrot cake is not delicious enough, which by your standards, it kind of looks like it is, which is really good because I was really excited to try it.
I should have waited.
No, it's okay. It smelled so good this morning.
It did.
And then we are going to pick out some stories so they can choose their names because they don't have any.
Okay.
And you do all of the voices really well, don't you?
Well, I do try my best.
Yeah, see? It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be everything.
I will start setting up a nice place for you two. How's that sound? And they nod very nervously. They both love the mushrooms. The girl loves the carrot cake. The boy eats it. Carrot cake may not be his favorite, but he still enjoys it. Van gets them set up a nice little bed for the two of them. And what story do you all read?
She would probably try to just find a few old fairy tales, things that have happy endings.
And you realize they cannot read. The boy,
I like the name Bane. That sounds kind of fun.
I really liked that story about Bane. It's a really great name. And Bane could breathe underwater, so maybe you'll learn to do that one day.
Roll me an insight.
No. I'm 18.
He looks like he wants to go try to breathe underwater.
I'll keep an eye on that.
and the little girl,
Orla? Orla? That's pretty.
That's very pretty. I liked how strong she was. And she had 2 swords, so that was special too.
Do you think I could be strong like that?
I think you are. I think you're already pretty strong. But if you want to be strong, then you have a great name for it.
Ooh. Okay.
And after story time, they look tuckered out.
And it feels really good to make sure that they have somewhere. And she does everything to make sure that they feel like they belong.
And even though there was a promise of you can leave when you want, they never do.
Well, I make sure that they are happy, skilled, and also that they come inside sometimes because they love being outside and going on treasure hunts with Quasi in the caves and fishing and collecting their own bugs. Eventually, she has to decide how many little critters can live in the house and how many need to live outside. And as like the seasons change, I think Van would propose a little bit of a Seraphim festival here for them. And it just so happens to coincide with a harvest moon. And I think she would start remembering how great the coronation was and the ribbon cutting, and sends out invitations to try to get people together. And she'll include in the invitation for Velphie. I don't know if Quirin actually gets my letters, so if you ever want to contact him, like how we talk, you can send him the invitation over a spell. Anyways, I'll talk to you in 3 days at the normal time. Also, there's kids here. They're not mine, but they are. And that's only in Velphie's. And it's just like, it's written just like stream of consciousness on like the back of the invitation.
And you all get your invitation to the Harvest Moon Party.
And we're going whenever it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And as they all arrive, Ruby, do you want to describe how you've set everything up?
Yeah, as you guys arrive, there's all of these paper lanterns that kind of look like globes that are around, and they have kind of an orange hue to it. Outside, there's a pretty large garden that looks like it's already been picked through quite a bit. And you also see that there's a lot of signs of children around. There's a little tree swing and also a few tree houses that connect to one another that look very like handmade and handcrafted, and they have all these little paintings and doodles all over them. And the door to this like little cottage is wide open, and there's a lot of very aromatic spice smell that's like drifting out of it. I'm guessing my lookouts are going to tell me when they're here. They should be here any minute. Lookouts, what do you see?
Do I shoot it or do I let it in? What do I do?
We talked about this. Today's not a shooting day.
Today, okay, so no bow. Got it. Okay.
But you see something?
No?
right, good. Because I still haven't shucked the corn. And I think your dad is still, Van is still, I just don't think that the meat smoking is, you know how it turned out last time.
I can't. I'm not gonna burn it down. I'm trying.
It's an admirable effort.
I will get it one day. It will.
Okay. Well, if you don't see anything.
Orla.
I see some people. There's a pretty pink lady. There's he doesn't look like he's from here, but he smells really nice. And there's this old green man.
Oh, you described them all so perfectly. Okay. Go greet them. Remember the manners for what we talked about.
Manners. Okay. What am I not supposed to say again?
All right, here. I'll go with you. And she just brings like a basket of corn outside with her. And she'll wave and then bring the kids down from like the tree outside. You just go up and say hi and introduce yourself, remember?
Okay.
The little girl will go up to you all first.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Friedrich. What's your name?
Hi. No. Orla.
Well, hello, Haya Orla. It's nice to meet you.
Velphie will crouch down. She'll, like, just very gently take her hand and go like, Orla, you're so beautiful. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you, I chose it.
Did you? You did such a good job. It's beautiful. Perfect for you.
I'm gonna be strong like her one day.
You are. And Ruby is very strong. So you'll probably be stronger, right?
Well, she teaches me all kinds of things.
Yeah, she's good at that.
Bane will slowly sneaking over. I was told it wasn't a shooting day.
Hi. That's how you greet people. Hi. Can we spot where this voice is coming from? Is he like trying to hide?
You can tell he's trying to hide behind the tree and he's not doing very good.
We'll act like we can't see him, I guess. Whoever the voice is, if you want to say hi face to face.
Hi, face to face.
Hi. And we'll crouch down and put our hand out for him to shake. And you are?
Bane.
Bane, hi. I'm Quirin. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
And they both look back at Ruby. Like, are we doing a good job?
Thank you all for coming. This is our home, and this is Orla and Bane. We are practicing getting to know new people. They know everyone in the town over, but it's a good practice. I'm so glad you all could come. Thank you.
Of course. I made sure Quirin got the message.
Thank you. I don't know how to send mail to the Feywild, Quirin, so...
It's fine. I mean, I got it. I got the message, and I brought wine as well. Holds up the little bottle of the fairy wine.
Oh.
Does it have the same effect if it's in the mortal plane?
Guess I've actually never tried it. Here.
Okay. All right, well, we've got a lot to look forward to then. I have stuff inside, vans in there too. You are all welcome. Welcome.
Can we go treasure hunting?
Yeah. Just remember, not too much mud. You can have some mud, that's expected, but last time it just took so long to get out of your hair. Both of you.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
I'm going too! Don't leave me behind!
Yeah, that's their favorite thing to do. They treasure hunt. There's a lot of caves nearby, and there's sometimes little trinkets, but most of the time it's just those really bitter, effervescent mushrooms. Kind of cool to find.
It's fun, though. A good sense of adventure.
Yeah, I didn't know. Are they yours?
They are. We have struck a deal, and they are welcome here for as long as they want to be, but they haven't really shared where they came from. I think I might know, but changelings, it's hard to find a home early on. But I found them. And now they're just staying here for however long they want.
Well, I'm sure they found a great place to be.
I know, my house is really, really cool, isn't it? I mean, it's not the mansion, but I like having a house.
You have a very nice home. And it smells wonderful.
Thanks, I got all of these spices over in the Bay Area, and I picked up a few books as well. I got you a book at a library, Professor, and I got Velphie. I have a songbook for you. It's blank, so you can put your own stuff in there. And Quirin, I have a couple of books for you too. I'm pretty sure they're. I think that they're fae stories, and they don't sound real at all. So I think you'll probably be quite amused.
I'd love to take a peek at them.
All right. And Ruby is so happy. Everything around her house is a little bit strange, a little bit weird. It doesn't look like she knows how to homestead. So it's kind of a cross between just all of the travels, but also like just kind of making the home feel like it can be shifted and changed at any moment. A lot of the furniture is made in such a way where like a bed can become a chair, or the table can be put down and you can sit on the floor and have a picnic. None of the cabinets have doors, and it looks like nothing is really organized, but it looks very homey still. And yeah, there's a lot of different food that's being prepared, and it all looks like an amalgamation of a dish you might have had before, but maybe not following a traditional recipe. So it's like Ruby's take on things that she's tried but can't really remember what it was.
It is indeed very lovely here, and you seem so vibrant.
It's great to find, I guess, a place. I still like traveling. I can't wait to do that again. But it's always peaceful. And I like that.
Yeah, I feel more at ease already just walking in here. There's a nice calming sense about it.
Mm-hmm. I have a place for all of you to stay as well. You don't have to stay outside. And I hope you want to come back. Wanted you here for the Harvest Festival. It was Van's idea. This is like a part of what he used to do or wanted to do whenever he was younger. But I just feel like the harvest is what our friendship is too. So thank you.
Velphie will pull her into a hug, squeeze her tight.
I'm just so happy.
You look happy.
You all do as well. I want to have a nice meal, tell some good stories. And I definitely want to hear more about your lives. Not just, the few sentences we get to exchange every few years or so, but I want to hear how full it is.
Only as long as you give an equal update.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot to tell. I didn't know what being an adult was like with kids around. I guess, Quirin, you were really great with kids. How you would kick that round the ball with them. They just ask the craziest questions and makes me think so much more about, I don't know, why the world is the way it is and how you become who you are. Just nice to see that life gets to keep going.
Well, they seem like the sweetest. I'm glad they found a home with you guys. It seems like they deserve all of the good things that you have to offer. And
Yeah, I'm
some.
spoiling them. At first I promised only, a few cakes here and there, but we have cake for breakfast almost every day.
You couldn't help yourself. They suckered you into giving them cake all the time.
I mean, I kind of want it too. I like that. Speaking of which, our first course tonight, and she'll go and bring over a carrot cake and serve a little bit of carrot cake to everyone. Yeah. I feel like she can't wait to get into more gossip with Velphie. Is very interested to hear how the school is going with Friedrich. And probably at some point, if there's any signs of marriage on Quirin, I think the group would see that as well. Ring, bracelet, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's probably a ring. And he'd give whatever in-depth update everyone's given just on how the time has been. Pipra, the one that they all met. Describe how things are going. It's wonderful.
Well, she can come next time. I would have. She could have, but
it's good to know for next time. I'll still join next time. She just wasn't sure. We talked about it. She wanted to come, but I mean, since she wasn't directly invited, we weren't sure. But if it's an open invite, absolutely next time.
Okay.
And Friedrich would do the same and share how the school's going and how we have a few more teachers now, and Sidani is starting to build a population back. It's like a real city again.
I think Velphie, she would fill her in on she spent a decent amount. She and Antir have been spending a decent amount of time in Verdantis, and she's heard a lot of like scandalous gossip about a lot of like kind of, you know, high figure people. With her being a bard, you know, she's performing at these like parties and stuff, and hearing all like the little happenings and goings on and all of that. And you know, she'll fill her in on all that stuff, and you know, just talk about the stuff that she's been doing. Her and Antir have also been traveling for a while, and yeah, just kind of fill her in on all the hot goss.
Yeah, I think the final course, she'll ask the professor if he would do the honor of making them all tea.
I would love to. I've picked up a thing or two from Kalandra, and I don't know, I'll try to make tea. I say I picked up a thing or two. I don't know if I actually have.
You're able to make a tea. What kind of tea do you make?
Probably a Rubaloo. That's how I would explain it. This is an apricot Rubaloo.
I can't imagine a more perfect night.
Anyway, this has been nice.
And as those courses proceed and you all are having tea, Ruby, for the first time, you hear the little pitter-patter of feet.
Mama, look at what we got!
Okay, brace yourself. What is it?
And they both book into the house. They are muddy. Not super muddy. Quasi.
Treasure hunting was a lot of fun. Oh, hi. Hi. Hello. Do y'all have any food in your bag?
I'd say with how often Velphie and Ruby would talk, Velphie would bring over something that Quasi really likes that she was able to pick up somewhere.
Quasi immediately jumps in the bag. Everything else is forgotten about.
Can we give him a small cup of wine?
For me?
All for you, buddy. All yours.
And Quasi takes the whole thing. As much as given. Roll me a d20.
Oh, I got a 19.
Okay. He did drink a lot, though.
What is that?
I think it still does affect people just as strong here as in Springcourt. So it's good to know now.
Oh, Quasi.
Was I a test subject? Is that Ruby?
I wouldn't say a test subject. I don't think any of us expected you to drink the whole thing. You might feel a nap coming on soon.
I like naps.
And he will jump into the bag that Velphie has offered. And it's almost like you can see snot bubbles.
Okay, now, Orla, Bane, what did you find?
Orla is like uppies.
All right.
And Bane shows you a small arrowhead that has been like sharpened from stone. And
I found this. It's very sharp. Can you make an arrow from it and teach me how to pshoo?
Yeah, we can. It's funny that you would ask for that. It's a lot like him. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Arrow making class. Yeah.
Arrow making class. Who's he?
Oh, remember my friend Beltov from the stories?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he liked making arrows.
Oh, so that means you know how to do it really well.
Yes and no. His were really good. But that looks really old. And the professor works at a school for magic and history, so he may be able to tell you more about it.
Bane will make his way over to Professor Friedrich and just very gently with chubby little child fingers. He's dirty. It looks like they have been like digging through dirt. Thankfully not tracking too much mud in. But he gives you this arrowhead like you are going to know exactly what to do with it, like you're a magician.
Please?
Do I know what to do with it?
Roll me a history check.
History, okay. Is it magical or is it just an arrowhead?
Roll me an arcana check.
Arcana, here we go. Natural 1 plus 11, 12.
You're not 100% certain, and when you're not 100% certain, it might be best to make a fairy tale.
Where did you say you found this again?
It was in the cave outside the house.
Be very careful with this.
Why?
So, this type of arrowhead, I've seen it before. I know a lot about this area of archery. Whoever you hit with this arrowhead, if you were to fire it at someone, all of their teeth would instantly fall out.
They would be gummy?
They'd be very gummy.
Oh, I think I've heard about this. The gummy arrow.
That's the name, and had escaped me. Yes, the gummy arrow.
Can we make something from teeth?
Oh, you can make a lot of things from teeth. And then I sort of stop myself and go, but you don't want to use this on, obviously it's terrible to have all your teeth fall out. It's something to not be taken lightly.
Well, if something bites you, then you just smack them with this and then they just gum you to death.
Hopefully you don't die in the process. They don't do anything to death. Just be careful with it. It is a treasure. Certainly.
Well, I know it's a treasure. We found it treasure hunting.
But it's a magical treasure.
Oh. Can we still make an arrow if it's magical?
Well, the thing is that he said it was magical, so it's very possible that the magic's been used up. I guess we'll see. We can still make an arrow with it, and maybe we'll find, a way to test it.
There's the old lady in town who only has one tooth. Do you think she'd mind losing the last one?
I wouldn't ask. But I like where your head's at. Try to find someone or something where it's perhaps not harmful. That's very smart and kind.
It wouldn't be hurtful to lose her last tooth, right?
I don't know what she uses it for, so we wouldn't know.
It may also be hurtful to get shot with an arrow, though.
Oh, that's a good point. That's why he's a professor.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to hurt nobody. I'll just save it, and then we can practice with it, and maybe we can make the dolls and then make their teeth fall out.
I love it.
And Orla will just kind of hold this little crushed mushroom to you that she pulls out of a pocket.
Another one? You're getting so good at finding these. All right. Well, pick a drawer. Do you know how it goes here? Pick a drawer, put it anywhere.
Well, I thought it was pretty like Mama, so I wanted to give it to you to pick a drawer.
Ooh, okay. All right, we'll go pick a drawer. And it really is an exercise of, maybe this one? No, we'll try that one. Oh, this one's perfect. It's like a drawer with like 2 forks and like a ribbon and like maybe socks.
And she kind of like tucks it into the sock.
Perfect spot.
And as it gets later, Van will come in. He smells like smoke. Not the good kind of smoke. Like he burnt something. And he will give Ruby a kiss on the head. And he will pick Bane and Orla up, one on each arm. Ken, you all would like some time?
Always, yeah.
And we can read stories. Right?
Yeah, story time. Okay, who we gonna read about this time?
Van gives you another kiss on your head, Ruby, and then just like smothers the two of them in kisses, and you hear him say, "My sweet little bairns," as he walks off to their bedrooms.
That was a very poisonous mushroom.
It's good to be able to identify those things. Yes. I had no idea.
It looked good. I didn't know.
Yeah. So you're gonna keep it in the drawer, or?
No, usually at the end of the day, I do a sweep. Make sure that if there's anything poisonous or overly pointy or actually magical, that it's not in the house. It feels like that's what good guardians do, is make sure the house isn't too dangerous.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good hunch. Yeah.
It's good that they ask a lot of questions. They don't just eat the mushroom or shoot the sweet old lady in the town over. They're just curious about things.
Yeah. It's something that I really admire. It's always good to be curious and stay curious. And it just makes me think that it's probably my best trait. So I'm glad that they have it too. Like if I hadn't been curious, I don't think I would have. I don't think I would have gone down to help you further in Sidonia or at really anywhere we went. Sometimes I think about it that any one of us could have left at any time. But we didn't. And we stayed all the way through the end, and a lot of things hurt, or they were confusing, or didn't make sense. But I guess it was probably a little bit of goodness and probably a good amount of curiosity that helped us see the light again.
I agree. And it just felt like the right thing to do for the only home I'd ever known.
Yeah. I mean, Professor and I, we had every reason to, but I mean, you both stuck it out anyway. So I'm thankful for you both. She looks between Quirin and Ruby.
I don't want you to sell yourself short, Velphie. You did all of that while missing a piece of yourself. And no offense, Professor, but I didn't see anyone else out there that was as old as you. I think you both had reasons to not be there in the first place. But I'm glad you were too.
Me too. I'm glad we all were.
Yeah. Fate is funny that way.
Grateful for how things worked out. The intentional decision to see things through, stay together, continue to come together even after everything. I don't think I'd want it any other way.
Me neither. I always really wanted a family.
We have a beautiful one now.
I mean, look at you. And she'll wink at Velphie. Did I do that right?
Yes, that was great. That was great.
Okay.
Yeah, family isn't always blood. It can be found.
Sometimes through blood. I think we all bled a lot.
Yeah.
Quirin was going to start handing out wine if there's any more left.
Ruby will get some mixed matched cups and then lead you all out to a little spot in the garden. It almost looks like a crop circle. But it's intentional. Like there's a ring of flowers and mushrooms, and you can tell after a while that's very intentionally planted, and the mushrooms kind of reflect the moonlight, and the flowers all have kind of silvery leaves that do the same. And she'll make it cozy to watch the harvest moon get to its peak.
And you all are able to drink fairy wine and watch the harvest moon together. And so our journey ends. Our curse breakers finally finding joy in a land that was so full of shadow. Thank you for leaving Terravota with a tale to remember. Thank you so much for joining us in the Order of Narvosc. I hope we can see each other again in Terravota soon. Please make sure to check out our players' social media accounts. You can find those links in the description below. Always be the light that drives out the shadow, adventurers. I hope we'll see you soon.